It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out of my mind. It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, trash day, I'm putting you out of my mind. Now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up the house. I'm taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage out.
You can talk about your Psalms and your John 3:16. Well, Can Crushers episode 6 says I just talk some trash. And that's the bottom line, because Can Crushers said so.
Wow, we're getting into the beer rather early. We're going to skip some stuff and talk about the beer right off the bat. Mark Martinez alongside Paul Bowlers. And guess who is in studio once again? The Professor. Professor Jason Resides is here. Let's talk about the beer, Paul.
I'm sorry I was not ready to talk about the beer. I had a mouthful of it, because once I do a Stone Cold impression, you got to drink the beer. Today we're drinking Otto's Pub and Brewery Apricot Wheat. Otto's is from State College, Pennsylvania. It started in 2002 and has been in its current new, bigger location in 2010. I've eaten in this place before. The food is phenomenal.
Fabulous.
The beer is even better.
I agree. This is my favorite Otto's. So yes, we have had this. And it was, Mark gets to really pick the beer this week. And Mark wanted Apricot Wheat after a rough weekend of harder IPAs and being drunk.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to go with something a little less fruity, because people are going to start to wonder about us, Mark.
You know, whatever. I don't care.
If you guys are ever in State College, stop into Otto's Pub and Brewery. It's 2235 North Atherton Street in State College, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was in the shower and I couldn't think of North Atherton. I really am like, Ethan, where is your dentist? He's like, in State College. I'm like, yeah, but do you remember the street? And of course, nothing. Jason, what do you think of the beer?
I think it's pretty good. Tastes really good. It's got a nice bite to it.
A nice bite.
I like it.
Huh. All right, so thanks for listening goes out to two of our great listeners all the time. Jason Lang, who is in San Francisco right now. He makes sure he listens to the podcast every week. And Mike Swanson, he's always on Facebook, Twitter, anything blowing up. Just always sending me messages. So thanks to those two for always listening. I want to talk about Rise that happened last weekend. Just touch on it real quick. Sure you guys didn't watch. I'm not being mean, but I'm a geek. There's a new Phoenix of Rise champion. After some issues with Delilah Doom and Shotzi Blackheart, both of them broke their ankle. They really wanted to have a title match still. Tessa Blanchard stepped in and Mercedes Martinez, and it ended up being a Iron Woman match. Tessa won 2-1 last minute, picking up her second pin and becoming the new Phoenix of Rise champion. Thoughts on Tessa, guys?
Tessa's awesome. I don't think WWE should cut her loose.
Yeah, I thought she was going to actually sign when she was in the Mae Young Classic last year, and then I don't know what they did.
I don't know why they let her go. She was amazing.
Good for TNA, though, because she just signed a long-term deal with them. They've got a lot of talent there. She was actually just on TNA. I was watching last week, random, sitting at the Vets Club in Ridgeway, and boom, Impact's on. I'm watching. Here she comes. I'm like, ooh, I've met her in person.
I know you.
She's on TV now.
And she's awesome. There are some other knockouts, they're calling them in TNA, that I'd like to see get a shot over. Allie, I really like as well. New tag team champs as well. First time ever tag team champs in Rise. Paradise Lost won those, and it was a four-way battle. Big news is I just want to talk about Britt and what she did in the match. 5 minutes into it, she got pissed, and she just super kicked Chelsea Green's teeth out of her face. So she gets double the business. One, she kicked her friend's ass, and now Chelsea's going to come and say, hey, fix my teeth. She's a doctor.
She's a dentist.
Hey, guys, subscribe to Ascend. It's $4.99 a month. You know, sit out one night at the bar, you know, and just buy this. It's $4.99 a month. You get all the previous stuff. It's great. It really is.
So what are you doing Saturday, Mark?
Saturday I'm going to IWC. Threat midnight level, something like that, part 2. And I already tagged all the matches on Facebook. Big one is Jack Pollock against Justin Plummer, who's the owner. And if Plummer wins, Pollock gets a title shot. If Plummer wins, Pollock has to retire. There's a dog collar match between Marshall Gambino and Ginger.
1985 called. They want their dog collars back.
Right. So it's going to be pretty cool. And as I said last week, Bruce Pritchard, a.k.a. Brother Love, is going to be the host.
Well, I hope you have fun doing that. I'll be in Bloomsburg playing in a charity football game for a player that was injured in our league. He was paralyzed. He has now passed. So we're going to do a charity game for him. I hate to cut you down. Hope you're having fun, though. We're going to have fun playing football. We're going to remember him. We're going to make some money, hopefully.
Cheers to him. Do you remember his name?
His name's Rob, and I don't want to kill his last name because I can't pronounce it.
Imagine that. All right, we're sending it the break. We'll be back.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Wow, we got to see Titus O'Neil in the beginning of Raw instead of in the middle. Welcome back to Can Crushers, Mark Martinez, Paul Bullers, Jason Resides. Raw quick. I thought this week's programming sucked.
As did I.
Yeah, both shows.
Yeah, really. So Roman calls out Bob, and the crowd is chanting, "Let's go Celtics." Best spot of the night. It was in Boston, folks. What do you expect?
I love it when the crowd is just not into the match at all, and they start chanting random stuff. It always makes... I mean, people have to hear it, but it goes on deaf ears.
It does. Jay?
I liked it. I just, I was finally glad they hooked up after 6 weeks of doing stupid stare-downs with each other.
Yeah, no tag team match between them and the Revival this week, so...
Yeah, so I was actually happy they mixed it up a little bit, but it was a little bit too long. It was too drawn out.
Paul's giving me eyes.
I did get to see my boy Zack Ryder breaking up the fight.
Yeah. You can see who the bums are of Raw. They all came out at first. Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley, Jose, The Ascension. Like, the first round of people that come out of the locker room are going nowhere. Jobbers. I like the old school jobbers.
Well, the new school jobbers do the trick, too.
They do.
Barry Horowitz.
Nice. Barry Horowitz. Probably last time on Can Crushers. Nia and Nat against Bliss and James. All this match did for me is show that Nia is strong again.
Everybody knows Nia is strong. I mean, it did set up for Bliss to show off some kendo stick skills.
Yeah, Steve Blackman.
But that ended quickly.
I was reading that their actual beef is real.
I did see that.
That they're having problems
that was a
backstage.
spoiler I wasn't going to say, but yep.
Yeah, they're having like some real life heat backstage, so it's actually looking like it in the ring too. It's actually translating into a decent storyline.
Y'all and your spoilers.
It's not a spoiler if you read, Paul.
I don't like that.
Reading?
Yeah.
Thank God this one's over. Mojo and No Way Jose. Mojo picks up the win. It's over.
It's not over. What else are they going to do with them?
Sasha and Bailey, just skip over that because that was pretty much worthless too. New guidance counselor or whatever they're having, they really didn't talk. We want to see a match.
It's coming.
SummerSlam. In Brooklyn.
Yep. They're not going to waste it on Extreme Rules. Sorry, Pittsburgh. We love you. Well.
You don't?
Minus the Steelers. I'm a Pens fan.
All right. Hardy gets another match against Dallas, though, this week. And Hardy's just taking lumps.
Well, that's because Bray can't take lumps.
He's still injured, I think. Pretty hardcore from that car wreck.
I did not know he got injured.
Oh, yeah. 2 weeks ago, he head-on 3-vehicle car accident.
Really?
They're hiding it. You know, it's out there, but they're hiding it.
So does that mean? Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's why we're quick.
Da.
Liv and Ember again. I'm telling you, probably my match of the night. This great chemistry. I love these two.
Yeah.
Up and coming. It's going to be nice to see them keep going with it. Hopefully they don't beat this to death, though.
Right. Sasha Bailey don't need titles anymore. They're both going to get a run one more time. These are the ones that need a title.
Right.
Do something, and I want a tag team division in this.
The women's definitely need a tag team division.
Ember Moon has great work, too.
Yeah, I love
amazing.
her. Her entrance is phenomenal.
Yes.
It really is. You did get to see Elias with the Riot Squad. Ruby Riot's still on the shelf, so I don't know when she's coming back either. Elias he teams up with Corbin against Rude and Finn, and the crowd just didn't care again.
Constable Corbin in his suit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, rough.
It looks terrible.
So we're already at the main event for Raw, and it ends up being Rollins against Drew. Stipulation is Drew wins nothing. Drew loses. He can't be at Extreme Rules. Writing on the wall. Guess what happens?
I don't remember because I was sleeping by this point in time. So you can tell me.
Drew won.
Drew won! Oh!
And sprinkle in a little bit of KO and Braun all night that sets up for the big announcement that it's a steel cage match for Extreme Rules.
So Kevin can't run.
Kevin can't run. No more shitters for Kevin.
Oh.
It's over for Kevin.
I would have loved to see a porta potty match, kind of like an old casket match.
Oh my God! Why didn't you tell me this earlier in the week? That's a great idea.
We're not talking about Extreme Rules yet. Can we go?
That's excitement.
Can we go to SmackDown?
That's excitement. Team, we're on SmackDown. 12 minutes in the show, we're on SmackDown. Holy hell!
Holy hell! Holy hell! Team Hell No to begin it off with Miz TV.
Miz TV, by the way, 3 weeks in a row to start the show, and then Miz is gone.
My guess is Miz is hurt.
I'm not sure. I don't know if he's hurt or if he's making a movie or what's going on with the deal, but they're wasting talent right there.
Yeah, he's just not being used. All hell breaks loose, and it sets up for a 10-man match later on tonight, which I actually slept through. Shinsuke against AJ's next. Rusev on commentary with your boy
Rusev Day.
And I got a Snapchat about 3 minutes into this match from Mr. Buller saying, you were right, because I said, this is what's going to happen. Hardy's going to come out, Rusev's going to get involved, and it's going to be a tag team match.
Sure enough, Rusev gets involved, Paige comes out. Well, they putting the beat down on AJ. Paige comes out because Jeff Hardy came out to save the day. Tag match.
I like the fact that Rusev went over in this match.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Good guy. My note was, good guys can't win before pay-per-view when you throw a tag team match together. It's not going to happen. Because if good guys win, guess what? Why have the pay-per-view?
Right.
Ellsworth against Asuka.
The Lumberjills fighting on the outside was the best part of this match.
Nobody touched Carmella.
Well, because Mella's money. You don't touch money unless you are money.
Right, but not one person likes her either, I think.
No, I'm thinking that that could be good for her. In a title run defense, if you think about it, if nobody likes her, then you have bad guys against her, you have good guys against her. I mean, it's endless. Possibilities are endless for her.
I thought at least the Iconics would stick up with her. They're just trying to latch on to somebody.
Yeah. I really haven't been following the storyline that much.
This storyline between Ellsworth and Asuka is worthless.
Yeah. It's just setting up for the match on Sunday, and I don't foresee anything big happening with it.
Next up was Sin Cara against Almas. And this could be something, but I want to touch on Sin Cara a little bit. When he came out years ago, he was a little bit bigger than Rey Mysterio Jr., and I know we've had a couple different Sin Caras, but now this is Lucha King Kong Bundy. Now, this guy is thick. He is not Lucha to me.
Well, I mean, if you remember years ago when Ryback first come out, he wasn't that big either.
Neither was Scott Steiner, neither was Triple H, neither was Hulk Hogan, neither was Lex Luger. Are we going to keep going back? We're not insinuating anything, are we? No, you took a big gulp of beer there.
I was thirsty.
Jay, do you have anything as you take a drink to say about Sin Cara and Almas?
I hope you're not underutilizing Almas because I think could be an awesome talent.
He needs to be dastardly.
Yes.
He needs to be... Exactly. Rolling the mustache. He needs to be the bad guy. Not...
Take a couple hints from Eddie Guerrero.
Yes. Throw in some of the other... Yes, without a doubt. And then the 10-man match... I DVR'd the rest of which I didn't watch. I zipped through it last night.
I can't comment it because I didn't watch it at all.
I can. It sets up for Insanity and the Bludgeon Brothers, kind of. It's definitely the New Day is over, so that it doesn't have anything to do with them. Team Hell No, we all know what's going to happen. They probably win the belts.
Hey, that's next.
But I'm just. Can I finish what I'm saying?
No.
They probably win the belts, then lose the belts and break up, so they can do something with Daniel Bryan and give Daniel and Kane their final ride into the sunset.
See, that's exactly where I'm going. This is just the farewell tour or the Keep Daniel Bryan Happy tour to find out if they're going to keep him or if they're just going to pump him up so big when he goes to ROH or the Indies that he'll be back someday, but I just don't know what they're doing with Daniel Bryan. I'm tired of the underdog story. I'm tired of it.
He's not really an underdog. He was up at the top, got hurt, and then came back, and he could still perform at top level.
All right, comeback story then. Whatever.
Comeback story, not underdog story.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here. So that's SmackDown and Raw. We're 18 minutes into the show or so, whatever. And I'm excited about the next segment. It's going to be our Extreme Trashy Picks.
Extreme Trashy Picks!
Yay!
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Extremely Trashy Picks. You know what's on the line. Jason, you don't know what's on the line. Every time there's a pay-per-view, me and Mark bet on who has the most right answers, who has the most wrong answers, and the loser buys a beer for the next week.
So if you want to be on next week, just lose, but you have to bring beer.
That sounds good.
All right. That's a good deal. We'll just go right down the way I have them. The pre-show is New Day against Sanity in a tables match. We'll go around the horn, always starting with Jason, going to Paul, me last because I want to.
I think Sanity's going to go over in this one. I think New Day's run its course, to be honest with you. I think they're still a big deal, but they might need a gimmick change here pretty quick.
I agree with that because New Day's already over. Sanity needs some backing. I think this is a good way to get Sanity some push.
So we all agree with that, and we're all on the same level that New Day, without a doubt, is good to go, but Sanity throws... Who's going through the table? Side bet.
Xavier Woods going
through the table.
Xavier Woods.
Son of a bitch. All right, side bet gone. All right, on to the next match. Finn against Baron Corbin.
Is there any special stipulation on that? Okay.
I'm going to go with Finn Balor because, like I said, his gimmick is terrible. Whoever thought that was a good idea and creative needs shot with a BB gun.
I'm going the Lone Wolf because I like it.
Just because he's backed by Stephanie McMahon and he's always got something to say about Steph, that's where I'm going as well with Corbin. Finn really needs something. I don't know. He needs to either be the demon all the time or I don't know. And next up, we have the Deleters of the World against the B Team.
You don't do that as well as I do.
I don't. That's why I talk.
I think the B Team's going to go over in this one.
Winning the titles?
Winning the titles.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with the B Team on this one.
I like where his head's at, but I don't like them winning the titles. They win, but they don't win the titles. That keeps them hot, and it also makes it so that the Deleters World have competition for SummerSlam.
I like your points. I really do. I'm just going to switch it up because Matt Hardy took 3 straight losses. We don't know where Bray is. I don't think anything happens. I say the leaders keep their title, and it was a nice little push for the B team, and they're done after this. So
you're a B team like fan.
I love them, but I just don't see the writing on the wall. Asuka against Carmella with shithead in a shark cage above the ring. Go.
I think Asuka's going to go over in that one. At
With
least
the
she
title.
should. With the title. I'd really like to see her go over. I think she needs it, to be honest with you. I don't think they put her over enough.
Mella is money because Ellsworth snakes out of that cage. Look at Enzo a couple years or months ago.
Wow. Why don't we talk about Big Cass again?
Do you want to? Here you go.
That was it.
I mean, it is Mella's ex-boyfriend.
It is. It is. I agree with Jason on this. Asuka's been buried the last couple weeks. I love Mella. I think this is a perfect time for her to drop it, though. So, we're going there. That's separating us a little bit. Bliss against Nia. Don't forget Ronda Rousey will be sitting at ringside. Extreme Rules match. Ronda's going to get involved.
She's definitely going to get involved. I think Alexa Bliss is going to go over in this one, to be honest with you. I think they're going to try to set something up between Alexa and Ronda Rousey.
It was definitely not your turn to talk. You said Jason goes first.
I was just saying
Paul
that
goes
Ronda
next.
is going to be around.
And then you just got excited and went with it. I'm going to go with Nia gets the win, or Alexa gets the win with a DQ because Nia and Rousey get into it. This is setting up for Nia and Rousey before it sets up for Nia or Rousey and Bliss.
Doesn't matter. Bliss gets the win.
Yeah.
Okay. Bliss gets the win because Ronda actually comes in and punches Nia, so she gets disqualified and sets up Bliss Rousey at SummerSlam. So we're all with Bliss.
I guess that's blissful thinking.
Aww. Jeff Hardy against Shinsuke, U.S. title match.
I think Shinsuke Nakamura is going to go over in this one. I think he's going to win the title.
I'm going with Hardy. But this is tough because Hardy's been squeamish as of late. He seems like he's hurt.
That's why I'm going with Shinsuke to win his first title in the WWE.
Well,
Yep. Hardy gets some time off after this. Comes back later.
he just came back from time off, though.
I know, but I don't know what's up with him. Rollins Ziggler's 30-minute Iron Man match for IC title.
I'd be honest with you. I'd like to see Dolph Ziggler go over in this one. I think Dolph Ziggler needs it. I know he won the Intercontinental title a couple months ago, but it's always something about with Dolph Ziggler. He gets this far up, then they yank the rug up underneath him. I'd like to really see them push him hard on this one.
I'd agree.
Well, we know Mark's pick. Mark's going with Zig. I'm going to go with Rollins just to
Piss me off.
Yeah, just to make you guys mad. I'm hoping this maybe starts a little bit of tension with Ziggler and McIntyre, but it might still be too early for that.
Throw in my 2 cents. Rollins is Universal title pitcher in the near future. I don't think he needs the IC title anymore. I think with what's going on with Lesnar not being around, something big is going to happen. I really do. Team Hell No versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Go ahead.
I think Team Hell No is going to go over in this one. I think this one is totally predictable. It's got Daniel Bryan in it with Kane, and I think that's why they put them together. Or it could go the other way. It could be Kane turns on Daniel Bryan, or Daniel Bryan turns on Kane, and they could set up a feud between those two guys.
The demonic goat face killer. That's what I'm going with.
Team Hell No wins. They don't win the titles. The Miz has something to do with this. It sets up what I think Miz Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. So I'm taking the Bludge Bros. KO versus Braun Strowman in a cage.
Written on the wall, Braun Strowman already. I don't see it going any other way. I hope they end it so they can do something good with Kevin Owens, because I really like Kevin.
You've got me in a rock and a hard spot. You know that, right? Because these are two of my favorite wrestlers. I don't like how they have Kevin Owens as a whiny little bitch most of the time.
Especially after he came out and he debuted in his first match. He beat John Cena in a pay-per-view.
Right? And he was confident. It doesn't seem like he's that guy anymore. But in the same sense, Braun's already over. He's got a title shot coming. He's a monster in the bank. They're giving this one to KO.
I have to agree. I think KO squeams out. Is it first out wins or is it pin wins? Really don't know the stipulations.
If they do it that way, I can definitely see KO going over. But from predictability standpoints, I see it as Braun.
Okay, well, I'm with KO. He squeams out somehow. I'm going to say that he's going to do it that way. Bob against Roman. That's my bathroom break.
Number one contenders match, dude, for the Universal title, whatever the hell that is. I haven't seen it in months. I don't even know what it looks like. I think it's a giant red belt with an M on it.
It says Mark?
No.
Roman Reigns versus Bob. I'm going to go with Roman Reigns just because Vince McMahon loves him to death. I don't think he deserves it, to be honest with you. Roman stains.
I'm going with Bobby Lashley because he's back. Bobby's a big name. I mean, neither of them are fan favorites, so it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, neither of them. They both get booed when they come to the ring.
It all depends on what's going on with Lesnar. Double disqualification. Nobody wins. That's my prediction.
Then who loses?
Nobody loses.
Okay, well...
It sets up for something down the line because it's that horrible, and that's what Vince likes.
The champ that runs the camp versus Rusev Day.
My pick was given months ago, so...
I think Rusev's going to get close, but I don't think he's going to grab the ball. I think AJ is going to go over.
You're just saying that because of the stupid video game, and AJ's on the cover of it. Oh, you just wrote it down. You're not. I said your piece. You're welcome. I'd love to see Rusev get it, but if he does get it, he loses it the next night on SmackDown.
I'll say this: he deserves it. That's for sure.
He does deserve it. I'll jump in there. He does deserve it. I'd like to see, but
he's got the size, he's got the athleticism, and the fans like him. I don't see why he couldn't pull the trigger on it.
It's going to set up for either AJ Bryant or AJ Miz, triple threat between them. Somehow, this is where I think the Miz and Daniel get not involved in this match, but it's going to set up for a big title shot at SummerSlam.
You're really excited for SummerSlam.
God forbid we haven't had a triple threat for a title in 2 months, so we better damn well get one soon. All right, we're going to send it out and come back with a little bit from Jason.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, let's talk about some championship belts. What's your favorite championship belt when you were growing up? Or now?
TV title. Arn Anderson's red TV title.
Cruiserweight title.
You fit it.
Cruiserweight title is nice. Mine would be the Winged Eagle. There's something that totally disgusts me. Giant W's on belts. Why do we have giant W's on belts?
So you didn't like the spinner belt?
I hated the spinner belt. It was disgusting. My favorite championship was probably the Winged Eagle, but following with the belt that was right before the spinner. The Undisputed title.
I like that one. The one that Jericho had.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looked really prestigious. It was really nice. The North American title they come out with.
The Adam Cole, baby!
Is really nice. That's more traditional looking, but these giant W's, they just make me sick to my stomach. Then one you haven't seen in about 6 months because they have a paper champion.
The giant W, I get it. It's because of
It's branding.
It's branding. And kids nowadays, we're in the G-rated era. They want... The kids like the blingy, the flashy, It doesn't have meaning, but it's... Looking at my grill.
Yeah. Another one I liked was the IC title, the interchangeable belt that the Ultimate Warrior had. When he would color coordinate it.
Oh, yeah, he had the yellow strap, he had the black strap, the white strap.
I like that.
He did it also with the Winged Eagle, too, and he became world champion. Crumb Rolled Big Guy, or the Crumb Rhyme Big Gold. Have you ever heard of that title?
You briefly, but
that was the one that Ric Flair won in 1988. I think if you're going to actually have they could have had the Winged Eagle as the universal title, put it on a red strap, put the new logo at the top of it, and did something similar with the Big Gold. Because I think when both them titles were on TV, it just made it seem like it was worth more.
The gems that would pop from when the camera would hit them, the red gems were on the outside. I do remember it now. It made it legit.
Right.
Instead of what's going on now. Real quick, what do you guys think of the tag team titles that, because it's on Raw, they're red, they're on blue, they're on SmackDown? Do you think it really matters? I mean, it's branding for your show, but I think they're cheesy.
I think they're really cheesy, too. They're a really generic-looking design, if you ask me. I mean, if you look at it, it has 2 Roman soldiers on it with, Spartan hats. I don't see anything wrestling about that at all. Whoever designed that one needs taken out to the woodshed, too.
I'm Spartacus.
It looks like a Triple H design.
Which is garbage.
Yes.
Oh, garbage? Guess what? Let's do garbage tip of the week.
Oh, see how I segment that? No song this week because we're in the middle of a segment, but, you get it.
I mean, I could sing it for you because I have a nice voice, but let's recycle that for later.
Wow. Recycling. Do your part.
Definitely do your part. I mean, it takes away from space from the landfill. Let's build a brighter tomorrow. That sounds cheesy, but...
ABC moment.
I know, right? It sounds cheesy, but it's actually the truth. The less we use, the more we save.
Wow. Philosophical, Paul, today.
I don't know what's in this beer, but we got to quit drinking it.
It's making you smarter.
Paul, just remember...
It's too early for that. We gotta tell them.
Oh yeah! Wow.
About iTunes, about Spotify.
See if you can name them all.
About Alexa, about Stitcher, TuneIn Radio,
Overcast.
There's another one. Our Facebook page, which is what, Mark?
Facebook. Can Crushers.
Oh, what about our Twitter page, Mark?
Can Crusher 69.
I bet that gets a lot of use on it. I hope you're not our Twitter friend. Because we do not Twitter.
We tweet our Twitter. We'll get back to you. Instagram's getting better.
Can Crusher 69. If you look on there today, I put a picture on our story with a question that says, what do you want to see on the podcast? Let us know.
Yeah, and that's where our emails are going to come in. Email us at cancrusher69@gmail.com. We've gotten a couple. Pat Lupino sent me a message saying, you guys are cool. And I'm like, all right. So I instantly text him back. I'm like, thanks, but send us something. Give us something. So,
I mean, we have a lot of good ideas, but we don't have a lot of great ideas.
Yeah. We just want some input.
Help us help you.
Right. I mean, do you want Jason back? Do you want us to fire him already?
Oh.
I'm on the chopping block.
Yeah, I don't know. So, we already know what's for supper tonight. I already got this from Mama Kelly. She's like, it's too damn hot to cook. You better be calling Dom. So that means...
Are you going to the Pizza Chop?
We are going to the Pizza Chop tonight, Pat Lano's place.
The official Pizza Chop of Can Crushers podcast.
814-772-7576 is the phone number. Order something. We are going to get subs and Miggy a loaf of bread.
Baked Italians all the way.
Yep, with mustard. I do mustard.
Ooh, I do mayo and Italian.
I do just vinegar and oil.
You do the normal.
Well,
so, that's about it.
Just because you're trash, Jason, doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot.
See you next week.